Hello, welcome back to Inaudible, the podcast that's all about gardening and pottery, as discussed in last week's intro. Pottery and gardening. So you use pottery to make the pots to use in the garden, and put the soil in. So this week we'll be finding out what sort of soil we're all using. And
what's in the pot?
Mine's all natural, homemade, no effort.
Cook it in the oven.
Ooh,
oh,
well.
Yeah, it just doesn't have a toilet.
No, yeah.
Well, I was thinking,
get much more natural than that.
Double bake it like a crisp. Or a biscuit, that's the one.
Brownie surprise.
Do you really double bake crisps?
No, biscuits, I meant biscuits.
I was going to say, I know they're crispy, but come on.
Because as we all know,
that's where they get their name.
The word biscuit comes from the Latin bi, meaning two, and squit, meaning cooked. or meaning shit, which is what you use in your pots.
I was going to say, so when you say you got the squits, does that mean you're really, really hungry?
You're really cooked.
Oh, Jesus.
So what have you all been growing this week?
Tired.
Oi.
And older.
Oh.
Every day is another day closer to our inevitable demise.
Hooray.
Only
Something to look
50.
forward to.
Mentally.
Mentally I was checked out years ago.
Yeah, that's it.
Fun bit of news I want to just get out of the way straight away. I'm now an uncle.
Oh, an uncle.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. For whoever's kid it was.
That was during...
my brothers. Who else is it going to be?
I couldn't remember if you had any other siblings.
No, I literally only have the one.
Okay.
He gave... his wife gave birth.
He gave birth, yeah.
Like in
Arnie.
Yep.
Wife gave birth last week. Last Friday.
Nice.
Well, we didn't find out until the Saturday, so...
Oh,
which is why I didn't mention it last week.
My nephew will be 1 year old in 10 days.
Everyone's having kids.
But I am now no longer the youngest in my family tree. Which is quite nice.
Okay.
Oh, just wait till they're fucking 18 or something. Then you'll start feeling old.
Well, when they're 18, I'll be...
dead.
46?
Yeah.
28 plus 18?
Yeah.
Yeah?
30 Sykes.
Did I do that math right?
You did.
Holy shit.
Very, very quickly.
I can't even do it right at the best of times.
Yeah, because I was talking to someone the other day about how she was talking about her son and how she can't believe how old he is and everything like that. And we both kind of agreed that when you're younger, you always think it's really weird that adults say that, like, oh, I can't believe how old you are now. Because you're always there like, well, yeah, people get older. That's what happens. Yeah. It's not that much of a shock, is it? But then when you're older and, you remember someone being born and being a little kid and playing with them and then they're suddenly 18, like my cousin, for example.
So
that's
when did that happen?
Yeah. Then you suddenly realise why adults always say it. Yeah.
Quite strange.
Because when you're a kid, you enjoy life more, so it goes slower. When you're an adult, you just try to get the fucker done as soon as you can.
Are you genuinely saying you enjoyed childhood more than you're enjoying life right now?
Remember who you're asking.
A lot of the time, yeah.
That's a fair point.
A lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
There's some good things about adulthood, but pick and choose.
Right, so if I could redo secondary school with the mindset I have now.
Exactly, yes.
Jesus. Not like actually go back and do secondary school now, just like the mindset of, just shut up.
Or even if it's, well, part of me would like to kind of do secondary school nowadays just to see how different it is compared to when we were there. So I know it's a lot different.
It's not even Henbury anymore, as we discussed a while ago.
Blaze High School.
As previously discussed.
Yes, quite.
That kept throwing me off. I was asking the year sixes, like, oh, what secondary are you going to? Blaze High.
What?
What? Oh.
Yeah, but we don't. Yeah, so that's what you're doing to celebrate. Where are you going to secondary school? Does that make sense? Bit of a stretch. I have a kind of not like recurrent, like happens all the time, but every now and then I tend to have dreams that kind of have the same plot to them. And one of them is when I'm going back to school, but it's not like a big deal that I'm going back to school. It's just like, you know, like when you come back after the summer holidays and everyone's just back at school. It was just like that, but being this age and like all my friends were there and everything, and it was really odd kind of feeling. Yeah.
No, I've had those dreams in the same sort of way, but it's all kind of jermuddled. So
that's a good word.
Jermuddled. Yeah, it's like me and my friends nowadays, but we're in secondary school age. But rather than being at Hembury, we're in Blaze Primary School.
Oh, wow. That is jermuddled.
So the building is my primary school. The setting is secondary school, but we're all the people we are now. So Christian's there and Ray's there and Alex is there. And it's like, these are people I didn't know in secondary school. You were already there in secondary school. You don't count.
Yeah. But, you know, you mentioned all these other people, and I'm just like, oh, wow, the one person who was actually there doesn't literally mention that.
You were there.
Literally everyone else.
You were there. You weren't there, Ray. No, you are, but you've always sort of been there for
and the rest.
You know what I mean? The people
I'm
who were
yay!
in my life or at the same secondary school as us.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm just poking fun.
I know. That's all my life is, just one big poking at fun.
Oh, bit of ball poking.
Okay then.
A lot of ball poking, but that's a different
Moving
story.
swiftly on.
Hey, did you guys ever watch the series? Hey, Playing with My Delirium. Did you ever watch the series Utopia on Channel 4? Utopia. It's basic.
No, so my brain just went Doctor Who. No, Doctor dinosaurs. Who. No, that was Dinotopia. No. Utopia. No.
Zootopia. No. Zootropolis.
Zootropolopia.
It was basically. It was. Well, let me pop the trailer in. Hang on, I've made a note of it here.
Don't pop your trailer too soon.
Copy link address. Boop. It was basically about this. Some online fans of this rare comic book who all decided to meet up one day, and basically it turns out that a lot of the stuff about like a deadly plague or whatever in this comic book is actually real, and it was like someone trying to be a whistleblower, and there's all these secret shady organizations out trying to kill them and everything. It was kind of like been criticized for being hyper violent, but it fitted the little world that they'd built. It was really kind of creepy, had an amazing score. It was really, really, really good.
When was this?
Well, basically, they're remaking.
It's got like a Misfits feel in this trailer, apart from the no superpowers and the whole mystery aspect. Do you get what I mean?
It's about the 2005 era of filmmaking, then.
Yeah. So
I don't know. When did it come out?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh no. Well, that's the end of that chat then.
But the reason I bring it up is because if I post another link...
2013, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, this trailer's recently come out. Amazon Prime Video are remaking Utopia. And try to imagine the stereotypical American remake that takes away all the character and charm of the original.
You mean The Prisoner?
Oh, I guess it's kind of
literally every American remake.
Yeah, it's kind of, it just looks like the most generic thing ever. It's so disappointing. I was kind of hoping one of you had watched it so we could.
No.
Have a rant. Unfortunately,
sounds interesting.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's really good. I've got it on DVD.
Stemming off of that, for the way my brain works, did you ever watch Dinotopia?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't watch much of it, but I do remember it, yeah.
From the vague way my brain works, I just remember it being like a civilization of dinosaurs that somehow survived and evolved into modern day times.
But did you watch the super violent, gritty UK Channel 4 remake?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
And also about remakes and things like that. The Prisoner, right? Do you know what The Prisoner is?
No.
Where he's on the island and they've got numbers.
Exactly. Yeah, so man quits his job in the government. They don't know why. They want to find out why. So they send him to the island in order to basically try and break him into confessing as to why he did it.
Is this the one with the big bouncy ball?
Yes, this is the one with
Okay.
Rover, the big bouncy ball that traps you and sends you back.
I only know that from a Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simpsons have
Welcome
done a
to the
parody.
village. Oh no, that's the island. The village is the one from The Prisoner.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
the village.
Wait, that's M. Night Shyamalan, isn't it?
No,
Now I'm confused.
No, this is from like the 60s. But Patrick McGowan, absolutely fantastic actor. But yeah, the whole concept is just them just trying to figure out why he quit. So very dark, very mysterious, beautifully acted, and there's a very weird sport in there, which is basically kickboxing on trampolines. Yeah, it was very weird. But
Sounds awesome, actually.
The Americans, they tried to remake it in, I think, 2009, and completely lost the entire point of it. Like, instead of being on an island in Port Merion in the south,
It was a peninsula.
It was the desert in America.
Oh.
And instead of having like the main antagonist change every episode, it was Ian McKellen. So they had a little bit of a gravitas, but the whole point, the whole mysticism was that you didn't know things about his previous life. It was just in the village. That was it.
And he's trying to
You
work
knew as
out
much as anybody else.
Right, yeah.
But in this one, they had flashbacks of him teleporting back to New York and his old job and his old life, and it's just like, well, there goes the fucking mystery.
Yeah.
Oh, but we don't want people to get lost. Just like, well,
Yeah,
that's not how you do a mystery.
Americans can't understand our complex way of writing, you know?
It's essentially as if you had some, like the people who do like sign language in the bottom corner of the screen. It's like you had one of those people just holding up the script, you know? It's
Yeah.
it's just like, what's the point in remaking it if you're going to make it worse?
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of things
Holding up a sign with plot twist. This is what happens.
Speaking of things being chopped and changed, His Dark Materials Series 2 is coming out this winter as well.
I know that name.
I'm looking forward to that. Because that was quite good. They changed... I didn't like it at first because in the books, you kind of follow one storyline and then another storyline joins it, and then the background stuff gets filled in by characters talking to each other and figuring things out. In the series, they basically chronologicalized it. So you got characters introduced who, you never see until halfway through the second book or third book or something coming in already in the first series. But actually, that worked really well because otherwise you would just have a load of characters talking to each other for 5 minutes, explaining everything.
It works for written text, but when you're trying to watch something, it could drag on a bit. If it's just a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah.
It could be quite interesting if there was a series like that where each series was told from a different perspective. So it's the same events, but told from just like different angles. I think.
Yeah, like a lot of shows do single episodes like that, don't they?
There was an episode of Stargate Atlantis called Sunday, where it's the same event told from multiple different plot areas, and then they all converged at one point, and then it carried on to the ending, and that was one of my favorite episodes, actually.
It is. It's
But it'd be quite interesting to have like a whole season like that, where everything's like this entire season is about this character. Season 2. This character, season 3, this character, and then season 4 is wrapping everything up all together.
That'd be good.
I think there was a play like that at one point. It's either a play that exists or what I wanted to write, where it was 3 separate stages, 3 separate nights, 3 separate plays. But you followed that one thing, so somebody would come in from one scene, from one stage to another, and they'd be angry and you don't know why, so you'd have to watch the next play in order to figure out why. But I can't remember if that's actually a thing or if that's a thing I wanted to do. It sounds abstract enough to be either. You know?
Yeah.
There was Flip Flop. Yeah, there's a Big Finish Doctor Who story that it's two-part stories that are timey-wimey and can be listened to in either order, but it's the same story and they match up perfectly.
Oh, I like that. What's that one called?
Flip Flop. It's with the 7th Doctor and Mel.
Have we got that one?
We have, yeah.
Ah, good.
You'll get to it.
What am I up to
anyway, you
moment?
could let me burn that one to a CD.
Well, I don't know. You can do the CD shit, but we can find a way of acquiring you a legitimate copy of it. I'm sure in our
subtlety. Thy name is Oswald.
Well, they are legitimate copies. We bought all of these fucking things.
Yeah.
For our sins.
We'll go down to our Big Finish vaults and take out one of our spare CDs and send it.
If there is a way you could let me have a copy of it, I would be very grateful.
Yes, I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask Papa Briggs and see if he'll let us borrow one.
Well, we'll sort that out.
Papa Briggs. Oh.
That's what we call it in Big
Papa
Finish.
Briggs.
Well, hey, if there was anyone in the Doctor universe apart from Nick Frost that could probably pull off the Father Christmas, it might be him. He's got, if you give him
From
a
the
beard,
voice.
he's got
Yeah.
Nick Briggs, he's got that kind of jolly look to him.
Doesn't he do the voices?
The Daleks, yeah.
Yeah,
And he's
and
the
the
head of
Cybermans.
Big Finish. Is
he?
He's big honcho of Big Finish. That's why we keep saying, get the people behind Big Finish to write fucking Normal Who.
Yeah, he got he got the gig doing the Dalek and Cyberman voices on the new series because he did them in Big Finish first.
Oh. Well, if there's ever anybody who should take over, he should have taken over from Moffat. Good God.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is what me and Christian have been saying for like 2 years.
This is why we have all these Big Finish stories.
Yeah.
It's because we use it to like hide the pain of series 11 and 12.
Yeah. It literally, it kind of was though. It was sort of like,
Yeah, that's certainly why I got into it so much.
yeah. Well, I've always liked Big Finish, but I think that's what got us back into it now.
Yeah.
Or got me back into it whilst you got into it, and that
Yeah.
kind of resparked it for me and made me think and like, oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoyed my freshly made bed, whereas you enjoyed your comfy lived-in bed.
Yeah.
I got into it for the first time. You got back into it.
Oh, Firestorm.
Isn't
A
that
Jerry
robot?
Anderson anime.
What?
Yeah.
Firestorm is a Japanese anime series co-created by Jerry Anderson and John Needham. The series combines CGI animation for mecha and traditional cell animation for characters.
I'm sure Firestorm won Robot Wars one year.
He did, yes. And it was rebooted in 2018.
What, Robot Wars?
No, sorry. No, this I might have to look this up because this sounds interesting. Jerry Anderson anime. That is a Venn diagram I did not know I needed to exist.
From Langley Moore, Firestorm. I'm on the
Do you
wiki.
remember Weedy Big Cheese?
Of course I do. It's fucking brilliant. It was one of the best ones
Yeah.
ever.
It was like I remember there was a match that was like 10 seconds long or something.
Weedy
like
Big
that.
Cheese
Weedy Big
versus
Cheese-
Axel. You're speaking my
Yes!
language now.
Yes, well, it got to do. It just flipped it up and out of the arena in like less than 15 seconds.
It was
that
the,
was absolutely gorgeous.
It was the highest flip they've ever had.
Yeah. Oh, that was so. Oh, there it is. Oh yes.
The machine, both 99 kilos, both
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
Somerset. Axel flip!
Oh, that is beautiful.
Look at the distance
Oh god, I haven't watched it in so long.
That is immense!
Oh, that's beautiful. That is. I still have the Robot Wars game somewhere.
I think
Extreme Destruction and Arenas of Destruction. Where are they?
I downloaded.
Oh, there they are.
I downloaded a Robots War game for tabletop, so we could try that out at some point.
Oh,
Yeah. Wonder how that would work.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's one of the two games you've got. Just
No. So I've got Arenas of Destruction and Extreme
they-
Destruction.
are
I
they,
remember
like,
Extreme.
physical games, like
Yeah.
video games.
Yeah, they are video games or
Video
computer
games.
games as they were known
Not-
back in the day.
Not
apps.
classic tabletop games.
Oh no! But I remember loving that one because it was super difficult, but you got to customize your own robot.
Yeah, I'd want like that as well. Can't remember what
Yeah,
it was called.
Probably Arenas of
I think it
Destruction.
was one of those two, but it's behind the
They are
Millennium
the
Falcon.
two Robot Wars games. There was a level where you could fight on Mars. Beautiful. And like you could actually like open instead of like the pit release, you could open an airlock and just suck everything out. It was fantastic.
Oh man, I remember I had a Robot Wars comic once where
Comic?
it was like and they had, I think it was in a Robot Wars magazine. It was like a comic was part of it, if I remember rightly, actually thinking about it.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
But it was like they had like the origins of the house robots, and this one was telling us about how Matilda was one of the robotic sentinels from like Atlantis before it was destroyed.
What? Oh, it was in the Robot Wars magazine.
I just remember being mildly confused by it when I was a kid. Like, what are they saying here?
Did you ever hear about real robots? It was a magazine series where every week you got a new piece of a robot.
Okay.
And you got to build it.
Actually.
Yeah. It was with Craig Charles did the like intro video for it.
We're not
I think
talking.
I
called
remember
Cybot.
seeing the magazines in like newsagents rather than actually paying any attention.
So I'm assuming that like 1 week, like the first magazine costs $5.99 and comes with like a pack of like screws in it or something, and then the second magazine costs $139.99 and comes with like a rotor in it or something. Like, and then you make a full size robot like for like £1,000.
No, it's sort of like it was. Oh, I need to find a picture of Cybot now. Really, really cool. It was like
Medabot.
issue 1 was like the basic. Hang on.
Is it this little blue one with the antennae?
Yeah, Cybot.
Yeah.
It was super cool. Like the first issue was literally just like the chassis and the wheels and things like that. But over time, you could make him like follow tracks around. You got a remote control. You could like control him around. You got like a racing shell. That's about as much as I remember. But it was really cool. It taught me about electronics and learning. Programming things like that. I think we still have them somewhere. That'd be really cool.
You're like unearthed some box and little Cybot be there like, Father, why did you abandon me?
Why, Father?
Or it'd be like when I switched my Furby on after years and years and it just went.
Oh gosh, it's so weird. Like. This whole thing is like I had completely forgotten about it, and then just stemming from Robot Wars. Oh, Robot Wars, robots. Craig Charles. He did the real robots thing. Oh my god.
Talking about like following a line and stuff like that. Do you remember when they got out the little like rover thing in the classroom that you could stick a pencil in the middle and like program it to? That was like, I only got to use that like twice or something, and it was like the coolest shit I've ever seen. And I was just thinking, like, now you can get toys that do that for kids. it's mad. Like little BB-8s and things like that do all the same stuff, like more so.
Oh, I'd love to get a little BB-8. So I know you can get like a remote control BB-8 that you can control with your phone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they've got one. They've got ones that like it detects when it's about to hit something and turns around, and you can get Hoovers like it as well, can't you?
Yeah, Roombas.
That's it. Yeah. I don't know what these little robot things were called.
That face.
There we go. I might have to stick that in the thumbnail or something.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh man, I wonder if you can get these anywhere.
I remember that keypad. I'm guessing the face isn't actually on the actual thing.
No, that might just be that particular one. Maybe I can't remember
because I remember that keypad. I quite definitely remember.
And
that
the
keypad.
hole in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, so weird. Like the things your brains unlock. Oh, so strange.
Romer robot.
Romer, was it?
School robot Romer. I just basically searched 90s classroom robot.
Oh, nice. When you said it's funny that the things that get unlocked in your brain, I was like, it was locked up for a reason. We've unleashed some sort of eldritch horror.
It's like, they all had that face, but never showed it at the time.
Only to those they were going to kill.
It's like how the shell isn't actually plastic, it's just like a weird sort of fleshy thing, but it tenses up as soon as you touch it.
It's bone.
It's like you come in the next day, like your friend's just gone off ill for some reason, but his face like implanted on the side of the robot.
Like some sort of gruesome Absorbaloff.
Yeah.
No, it's called the Azibrovolov, thank you.
Absorbaloff, yeah.
Well, the company that makes these is called Valiant, and to be honest, their website looks like it hasn't been updated since 2002. So,
what's the name?
Find one
and they
cheap online.
slowly splintered off and became Boston Dynamics. Oh God.
you know, in Look Around You, when they have the 19 forbidden notes at the end of the piano, do you reckon there's like a forbidden panel on the robot with all the forbidden buttons underneath it?
It's like you put the pencil in, you got to like click it around it, got to do like a Konami code with it or something, and it just unhinges like a toclophane.
You should have let me sleep.
It's like tentacles start coming out and just like it's a portal to another dimension.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Oh, that's a D&D campaign right there.
There's one of these roamers available on Amazon for 50 quid.
Holy shit.
Not worth it. Not worth it. Keep it sealed. It's like Pandora's box.
Oh yeah, Rich, by the way, check the drives. You might find a flip-flop on there somewhere.
Cool. Oh God, yeah, we have a Google Drive, don't we?
Yeah! We haven't used that in years.
No.
No, we haven't.
Except for Danganronpa.
Yeah, true.
What?
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa. Mo, me, mo. Do.
They got guts. Big old butts.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, that reminds me. I had a dream.
That reminds you?
I had a dream that was like it was like Danganronpa. I was in like a sort of hostel or hotel type thing. We all had our rooms, but it was full of like YouTubers that I know of, and I kept on hearing about them being killed by such and such, you know, this person's killed that person.
So YouTube Hunger Games.
Yeah, and like, but one of them, I was like, but he's got kids. Why would he ever sign up for this? I was.
What makes you think they signed up?
Yeah. But there was also vampires there, and so some people were like slowly being turned into vampires, and we were trying to get away from them. And I got captured, but it didn't seem like it was all that bad, to be honest. But then that was kind of the end of the dream.
It's amazing what happens it's amazing what you can do in the shadows.
Yeah, I need to watch
fluffed that delivery up completely.
I still haven't seen that. I really need to.
I saw a few episodes of the TV show and thoroughly enjoyed it. I need to watch it again because I don't quite remember much of it. So.
Yeah.
So
Flip-Flop's the story that canonizes anti-radiation gloves.
Ah.
I didn't even know they were non-canon.
Well, it's a Hartnellism.
Yeah. He's meant to say drugs. He says gloves.
Yeah. But this audio story actually makes them a thing, which the Doctor claims were created in one of his previous incarnations.
What the first Doctor claimed?
No, the Flip-Flop audio story is a 7th Doctor one, but he claims a previous incarnation invented anti-radiation gloves.
So basically just lead-lined gloves.
I can't remember this story, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure of.
That's just one of those like little trivia notes I saw in it whilst reading through, and it's like, oh yeah. I knew it was one Christian would appreciate because he's watched through a lot of the first Doctor.
Yeah. First Doctor. I still need to watch the Time Meddler. I haven't got any further on that really. I keep on watching modern American TV series instead.
I just keep rewatching YouTube.
Yeah, I'm that.
Yeah.
I'm saying
It's
Minecraft.
so weird. Like I'll happily watch like an hour and a half YouTube video, but I won't want to watch a film.
Yeah.
I don't understand my brain.
To be fair, I don't want to watch hour and a half YouTube videos. I normally stick them on when I'm working, so I kind of like listen to them as I'm going.
Yeah, it's just like I'll be like playing Minecraft or something like that, and just like, yeah, I'll have this on in the background. Like, yeah, I'll watch somebody's countdown of the top 25 worst games of all time. Yeah, why not?
But that's the thing though, and this is the like attention deficit 21st century millennials that we are. It's always got to be in the background, doesn't it?
But the stupid thing is, I've seen it before.
Oh.
I think it might be to do with like my brain in a certain way. Like I like the familiarity of it. Because watching a film for me is a lot of effort. Like because I feel like I have to pay attention, otherwise I'll miss something and I'll get annoyed, not understand it. But with YouTube videos, I kind of know what to expect.
It's lighter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lighter. I can have it on the background because if I don't hear something or if I miss something, it doesn't matter as much because I already know what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with films, you need to pay a lot more attention, which is a wonderful segue.
Indeed it is.
Film of the year 2005.
2005.
Oh shit! Sorry to hit them off. I was gonna do pretty much that, and I decided to not do that and pick up the kazoo instead. But as I did that, I just like punched my muff.
Never want to punch him off,
Especially with a kazoo.
No.
Although in some countries that's the talent.
I just get the ping pong balls as well.
That's where I was going with it. Yeah.
So, film of the year, last year, stroke week, was 2004.
Yes, indeed it was.
Mm-hmm.
We had 4 options. I did put a secret fifth option. I put the Harry Potter film on there just because I was curious to see if it would. But it came last.
Did nobody say Azkaban?
No one did.
No.
It came last though with 9%, so I eradicated it and recalculated the percentages for the others.
Fair.
Were you going to say something, Ozzy?
No, I said eradication.
Oh, I just heard the sh, and I thought you were going to say shall something because I just heard the
Yeah.
Eradicator, it just doesn't have the same effect.
You have been eradicanated.
Eradicated.
So we had Shaun of the Dead.
Yes.
Excuse me. The Butterfly, the Fact. The Credibles. And The Mean Girls. In last place with 13% was Mean Girls.
Fair.
In third place with 16%, 4 squared, lucky for some, was The Butterfly Effect.
Oh.
Okay.
In second...
Oh!
I figured it would either be Incredibles or Shaun of the Dead at the top. I don't know which one it could be, though. So, let's find out.
Let's find out. In second place, with 29%, was Shaun of the Dead.
So...
The Incredibles
I did the win?
are our film of the year 2004, with 42% of the vote.
I did the win!
I can't say I'm surprised or disappointed.
That's
it was going to be either one of those. They're both excellent films.
That's a 13% margin of victory.
Excellent. How many win do I have now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's nice.
I think 1, 2, 3, 4. You're joint first with your man here, Christian. That's me.
Oh.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, Christian.
Hello, demons. It's me, your boy. Right.
I like to imagine a future where, because you know how like in Futurama, where everyone says axe instead of ask? Do you reckon in the future, instead of saying hello or hi or all right, everyone just goes, yo, what up? It's your boy, and then their name.
It's like the start of a job interview. Yo, what up? It's your boy. I'm here to do your interview today.
And just instead of saying goodbye to people, it'd just be like, comment, subscribe. And just walk away.
Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to smash that bell.
But that's like that Black Mirror episode where everyone gives everyone else a rating all the time. Isn't it? Like, you just always like, don't forget to rate me.
I need to watch Black Mirror. Or maybe I don't. I don't know.
You definitely need to. I think you should watch the first few series, the ones that were on Channel 4. The first Netflix series was okay, but they start to run out of ideas by that point, really.
Wasn't that one where like a guy's mum ran on batteries or something, right?
I've heard a lot of mums get a lot of use out of batteries.
Maybe I didn't phrase it correctly. Or maybe I did. Matron.
I can't believe I said that.
I can't either.
I can.
Yeah.
Should I mention?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, it's good. Black Mirror. There, like the first couple of series, there are some absolute belters of episodes. Like, is it White Bear? I think it's a fucking good one. Really, really good.
White bear stalks mountain prey.
Wise man, run away.
Did Black Mirror parody the whole David Cameron thing, or was that just an incredible coincidence?
It's a coinky-denky.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
He parodied them.
Yeah.
Somehow retroactively.
There's a bit of a legendary picture in my group of friends that someone found it on 4chan once and showed us all it because we got a friend called Seb and they said, look, this looks just like Seb, and it does. It's not him, like you can tell it's not him, but it looks so much like him. It's like this skinny tall guy stood in like this filthy abattoir with like meat juice dripping from the ceiling and everything, naked with a pig's head in front of his crotch.
What the actual fuck?
And it's just known as the Seb picture.
And you see, I don't remember the person, but I do remember eons ago that you had a friend called Seb from from those birthday parties where all your friends mingled for that one day in a blue moon, and you kind of remember the odd names randomly. And I didn't remember it until you mentioned it then, but yeah, I do remember you having a friend called Seb. I don't remember him though, unfortunately.
Because we were all chatting on Zoom a couple of months ago, and he's still got the picture, like as a souvenir.
Remember that time I was at? I mean, you remember that time I found this picture?
Oh,
remember that photo shoot? I mean, the photo I found.
yeah.
Photo shoot? What photo shoot?
Oh man,
The one that happened in 2005.
180.
Whoa.
Well, Ozzy, you haven't gone first for a while, so would you like to go first?
All right.
You sound thrilled about it.
Right.
I do have Alex's, by the way.
Oh, of course. He can go next.
Well, first I have a slight mention that isn't an honourable mention, but I have to mention that in 2005, Doctor Who came back to our screens.
Hooray!
Yes.
Because it's not a film, it doesn't technically count, but I had to mention it for 2005.
Yeah.
Christmas Invasion was filmed like... No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No.
A short film.
I suppose the closest we've had to a film would have been Day of the Doctor.
Yeah, I'd say.
I was going to say, like, that was in the cinema.
Yeah.
They've had a load of episodes shown in the cinemas, though.
Yeah, Deep
Back when it
Breath for
was
some
popular.
reason.
Yeah.
But what about, like, Sherlock? Because, like...
They're feature length.
Yes, and they were shown in the cinema, so would they technically count as films? Yeah, like an hour and a half each.
No, but I didn't know they were shown in the cinemas.
Yeah, Abominable Ride and the finale were shown in cinemas.
Oh.
I have a poster of the Abominable Ride in my wardrobe somewhere.
I don't think it counts as a film because it's made for TV by a TV company.
TV movie, maybe.
Yeah.
It's still a film.
No, it isn't.
Why
it's
do
just
we
feature
ask
length.
the audience?
What do they fucking know? They got shit taste in YouTube channels.
My dishonourable mention. Which
They've given you 5 win, Christian. They know something. Anyway, Ozzy, sorry, carry on.
Dishonourable mention that as a kid I rather enjoyed, not to the extent of the original, but Son of the Mask.
Oof.
Ooh.
It's looking back, yeah.
Oof.
But I do remember as a kid just liking it, just because.
That's fair.
I have a very weird memory that just unlocked itself again, quite weirdly. I remember traveling to school on the bus, going up
In a yellow suit.
No, round a corner near where I live, and but I remember seeing an advert for Son of the Mask on the bus shelter as I went past, and I remember to this day my clearest as day thought was, God, that looks awful. Just like, not even like, like the mask. It's like, no, that looks bad.
They say wisdom oft comes from the mouth of babes.
Little did I know. Wait, you calling me a pig?
No, I was quite embarrassed.
I know, but Babe was a pig.
Pig in the shitty.
Yeah, but anyway.
Anyway,
sorry.
Anyway.
my actual honourable mentions is Sephora, A Space Adventure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Sky High.
What?
Sky High.
Say the name again doesn't help.
Sky High, Rich.
It's a superhero school film.
Nope.
No, don't recognize.
Might want to watch it now because it's got Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it, and I do like it.
Ooh.
And Kurt Russell. What?
Yeah, but how old is she in this film? Be careful.
Fair point.
It's actually a really good film, but I came to it late. There's a lot of people that like
Written
swear
by
by
the
it
Kim
as a-
Possible creators. Okay, I'm interested.
No, it is. I came into it late, so it doesn't hold as much nostalgia factor as a lot
20.
of the other films on the list. Well, no,
She's 20.
I wa-
Go for it. Sorry.
What? She was 21 at that point. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched it a bit later than most people did. Obviously, I watched it earlier than some people did, but yeah. It's not as nostalgic for me. That's why it's only an honourable mention. That's where I was going with that sentence. My number 5.
She's in a relationship with Ewan McGregor.
Oh.
No, that's an attractive couple. That's what it says on Wikipedia. Sorry, I was just looking up details about Mary Elizabeth Winstead. As you do.
27. What? Sorry, I'm just having flashbacks to the long way down and long way around now, and just like, oh no. Sorry, carry on.
We got distracted.
Number 5, The Pacifier.
Is that an Arnie one?
No, it's
It's someone like that, isn't it?
Vin Diesel.
That's it. Yeah.
It's basically big spy bodybuilder has to become a babysitter for a film.
He may have big muscles, but he's got a big heart.
Number 4, Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Yes.
Number 3, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
The goblet.
The Goblet of Fire.
The Goebbels of fire.
The Gobles of Fire.
I shall say one word and one word only. Calmly.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much you like Harry Potter, that word is just triggering to so many people.
Yeah, I think like both Dumbledores had perfect elements to Dumbledore. If they were like the same actor in one body, they would have been the perfect Dumbledore.
They would have been in a lot of pain.
Because the first one had charming twinkle in his eye
And a weird clap.
Dumbledore that the second one didn't, but the second one had the authoritative I can kick ass when I need to aspect of Dumbledore.
Yeah, because I think
Go on.
I can't remember their names, unfortunately, but
Richard Harris and Michael Gambon.
that's them. And then be them. That be them.
But the thing is, like, you can tell that there's a certain point where J.K. Rowling changed how the character was written because of Richard Harris dying. Like, can you imagine,
what point in the
like,
books-
Richard Harris doing the stuff in Half-Blood Prince?
I'm still on Half-Blood, so I'm still.
Where were the books up to when he died?
I'm not sure. Hang on, let's have a look. He died in 2002.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, you can make loud noises as well. Yeah, fine.
I was talking to someone at work actually about this whole keyboard thing where sometimes people think I've got a mechanical keyboard, and I'm like, no, I just hit the keys really hard.
I'm just a loud typer. Anyway.
Yeah,
My
so
number
Goblet of
two-
Fire was in
Fire, yeah.
2000. Order of the Phoenix was released in 2003. So from Order of the Phoenix onwards, it was written with Michael Gambon in mind, I guess.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
When you know the bit I'm talking about in Order of, like the battle in Order of the Phoenix in the Ministry.
I know.
I
Like,
can't
can
remember
you-
the book version. Film version is amazing.
Yeah, can you imagine Richard Harris doing that?
I think that would work really well because he's been
I mean,
so...
it would.
It would be more of that unsuspecting Yoda-like
Yeah.
type, where you don't expect it, and then he just starts jumping off the walls.
Yeah, but there's a difference
That's
between
our tiny little
a
wand.
timely. I was going to say there's a big difference between a timely old wizard suddenly being badass and a frog that suddenly gets dosed up with ketamine and does backflips
Yeah.
around you.
I think the way they do it with Dumbledore's first regeneration would be because it's because he used to be this kick-ass badass taking down Grindelwald and all that kind of stuff.
Well, he used to be Jude Law, didn't he?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the first regeneration. Yeah.
Well, even before he was Jude Law, this was his kind of in-universe history, wasn't it? So it would make sense that like he's an old man now, so he doesn't like go jumping around and everything. But when it comes to like a magical jewel, he'd still be able to hold his own, and he'd have like that kind of he'd have the power and the experience, even if he wasn't. Man, I want to see that now, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Thing that will never exist. There's a parallel universe out there where it happened.
Or in like 20 years when CGI is finally good.
yeah.
Recreate.
Finally good?
They'll
What do you
target
mean
him.
finally good?
It was a joke. Nowadays it's hit and miss. Anyway, my number two.
Yes, Tarkin wasn't brilliant, but I don't think we're going to get much better for a long time.
No. I wish they'd used him more sparingly, though, to be honest. Like, we first see him as a reflection, and or like as a hologram or a reflection or something like that, and I thought they were just going to do that the whole time. I didn't think they were going to be confident enough to actually show us him full frontal, as it were. But
I'm amazed they couldn't find anybody who looked like him. Like, they used Wayne Pygram in the ending of Revenge of the Sith. And if you've seen him with Scorpius, then you know that, damn, he has got a weird face.
Anyway.
Yeah.
They'd probably do a lot better at that sort of thing now that deepfake technology has come a long way. And
Yeah, that's true.
well, there are a lot of things that are called deepfakes that are really just sort of motion tracking and going through it frame by frame, morphing it. But a combination of the two, I reckon, could... Anyway, I'm not a filmmaker. What the fuck do I know?
God, I want to watch Farscape again.
Farscape. Fars is in Iran. Aussie.
Ready?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Number two, for the fourth time, Fantastic Four.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Fantastic. Yeah. No, I loved it. This film is probably the best Fantastic Four film that has been made. The 2005 Fantastic Four.
Yeah, to be fair, it probably is the best Fantastic Four that's existed.
It just holds a lot of nostalgia value to me. I can't help but sit and love this film. It's just, yeah. However,
it's better than everyone gives it credit for. Like, yes, it's bad, but it's still good fun.
It's bad nowadays, but for 2005, it was good. I really liked it. It was one of my earliest superhero films, and
with X-Men and Spider-Man.
Like, yeah, those were kind of the three. X-Men was one that I kind of watched very early on without kind of realizing it was heavily superhero, and it didn't really get me into superheroes. Spider-Man was the only superhero I ever really read comics for up until, and they weren't like proper comics, they were like newsagents magazine comics. But that was the closest I got to ever really becoming a fan of superheroes in general. And then Fantastic Four would have probably been my next sort of team that I latched onto when I went into comics before Deadpool. So that was kind of the order I got into comic books, was Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, because I think it's because I love that family sort of sitcom aspect to them. They still go around kicking ass, but it's still kind of like a sitcom.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway, personal things. So we can all agree on for my number one, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yep,
Cool.
that's a fair shout. Yep.
I thought it might be.
A lot of people bash it in terms of being a hitchhiker's piece of media, but this was what got me into Hitchhiker's Guide to in the first place.
Yeah.
I watched the film and it made me want to read the books and watch the TV series and listen to the audios. So
yeah. Like, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is probably one of the founding pillars of my childhood, because my parents had the radio plays on CD when I was younger, and I think I still have those exact same CDs. And I think a lot of my humor stems from that Douglas Adams style of writing. Yeah, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Well, if I remember correctly, in secondary, you did help towards me getting into it as well. Because when I'd watched the film and liked that, you kind of told me about the books and the audio.
Yeah, like
stuff like that.
The TV series, like the BBC TV series, is a bit wonky.
It's janky nowadays, but
yeah, but it's still really, really good.
I love it.
The Doctor Who episodes from that era.
When I read the books, it's those characters from the BBC TV show doing it in my head.
It's weird how it's not Jeffrey McGivern as Ford. It is the TV version of Ford.
Yeah.
Not the version from Lab Rats. But that is a bloody obscure reference even I had to think before I made that one. But no, it's absolutely fantastic. And in terms of a filmic adaptation, I think it didn't do too badly. The bit on Magrathea where they're going through the little carnival ride, and then it speeds up and speeds up and speeds up, and then boom, out into the workshop. Oh, that was beautiful. That one, love it.
It's just a really good looking film as well.
Yeah, it's got that wonderful aesthetic, like where Arthur walks down the stairs and cracks his head into the thing. It's like, okay, yep, we're off to a good start. Stephen Fry's the book. Oh no, that's a good choice. Well done. I like that. I approve.
Or as it's known in Germany, Die on Halter durch die Galaxis.
Hooray!
Die on durch die Galaxis.
I reckon
that's a gentle and beautiful language.
The I've got is a German DVD. But it's got English audio settings.
Fair. I won't go next, but I'll just mention whilst we're talking about Hitchhiker's Guide. You all know I love Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. However, I've only seen the film like once. I can't really remember it, so it's on my honourable mentions.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's worth another watch. It's good fun.
We'll do that not as a reaction, just as a sit down and watch.
Yeah.
Set down. Use your teeth. Or crumbs.
Right.
So I think we're getting a transmission from the Large Magellanic Cloud, and it's Alex's widow.
It's just an ASCII symbol of a middle finger. I don't know.
We're getting a transmission from the Large Magellanic Cloud, but all they're sending us is a series of do. Why don't they put any words?
For once, I have traded places with somebody from the Andromeda Galaxy. Alex has sent me his. He's only got two. He's got a runner-up and a winner this year. He didn't do much other research, I don't think. His runner-up was Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
And his winner was Rent.
Oh,
the musical.
Which
I have seen.
I remember him banging on about it when we were college.
I love the way you describe anyone liking anything else. Is
they're just banging on about it.
I've got a very common way of speaking.
Adaptation of musical from 1996, directed by Chris Columbus. It's fantastic. I really do enjoy it. Rosario Dawson's in it. Idina Menzel. Anthony Rapp's in that? Holy crap, I need to watch this. Oh my god, he is in that, isn't he? Stamets, you bastard. Right. Right. I need to Sorry. Right. Yeah. So Rent. Sorry, I'm putting that back on my list of things to watch now.
Review aggregation website Rotten Tomatoes gives the film a score of 46% based on reviews from 172 critics, with an average rating of 5.9 out of 10. The site's critic consensus reads, "Fans of the stage musical may forgive Rent its flaws, but weak direction, inescapable staginess, and an irritating faux boho pretension prevent the film from connecting on screen." You sure you want to watch it?
Yeah, I've already seen it. I enjoyed it. It's all about LGBTQ plus issues and things like that. It's interesting. I'm a big sucker for musicals as well, so
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
I am in the right aspect.
I'm not hating. I'm just piss taking.
You don't like me.
No, absolutely, yeah. Do you have any interest in musicals, Oz?
I like Buffy. I like Rocky Horror. I like a lot of
musical episodes.
Comedy base.
Oh, yeah, it's not a comedy.
No, that's what I mean. Certain types of musicals just don't ring with me.
Yeah,
and
that's absolutely fine.
Normally, musicals that are just about serious stuff and music.
Yeah, two of the characters have AIDS, so yeah.
Just like in the Book of Mormon. Now there's a good fucking musical.
That is a fantastic musical.
I've got that actually on I found it on YouTube and ripped
is it? Oh
yeah.
Oh, can you link me that, please?
I think I have already. I've got it downloaded somewhere. Just whack it up somewhere. You know the drill.
Yeah. That's the emo.
Cool.
Right, do you want to go next or shall I?
You can go next.
Okie dokie then. So, the rehearsals on YouTube, fantastic. Right.
Yeah.
So, runners up. Fantastic Four.
Fan Four Stick Fan.
Yeah. No, not Fan Four Stick. Fan Four Stick never goes anywhere near the top 10.
Fantastic Fan. There we are. Got there in the end.
Fan Four Stick. Right. So yeah, continue with the runners up. Flushed Away.
Oh, the Aardman one is that?
Yep.
I didn't see that on the list. I've never seen it. I think I've seen it once actually.
It's a British film, not American.
Yeah, piece of shit. That's right. It wouldn't have made my top 5 anyway.
No. Good fun. CGI instead of classic animation, which is fair. Then the classic animation, Curse of the Were Rabbit.
Awesome.
Yep. Brilliant try. Robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris Wedge, Blue Skies. Just like the cast list. Holy crud! Ewan McGregor, Halle Berry, Mel Brooks, Amanda Bynes, Drew Carey, Jim Broadbent, Stanley Tucci, Robin Williams. Good God!
There's some behemoths in there.
That is incredible.
Incredible. No,
yeah.
Mel Brooks is such a legend. There's a great clip of I can't remember what awards. I think maybe the Tonys or something, where he was being given like an achievement award, and they had like a little medley of some of his songs to like as a little tribute to him, and the camera keeps cutting back to him, and he's still just in fits of laughter at all his own jokes. It's so funny.
Final honorable mention: a film I haven't actually seen, but it's been on my radar since about this time, and I've always wanted to see it, but I've never actually been able to find it. Valiant.
Oh.
Set in the May of the year 1944, it tells the story of a group of war pigeons during World War II.
Oh.
And the reason it's been on my the reason it was on my radar was because of the cast list: Ewan McGregor, Ricky Gervais, Tim Curry, Jim Broadbent, Hugh Laurie, John Cleese, John Hurt, and Rick Mayall.
Wow. Now that's pretty behemothig.
Yeah, so I don't quite know if it's any good, but I just wanted to mention it because of the epic cast list.
Yeah.
It's probably terrible.
Yeah.
But mixed reviews.
Oh, I recognise the poster.
Yeah.
I think I've seen it on bus stops and shit.
Yeah. But I might have to give that a look just to satisfy my curiosity from 15 years ago. Fuck.
Kibble up that cat.
I don't know what my brain went. Yeah, that's not right, is it?
I've just posted
Really
a picture
right.
of one of the pigeons. It's
In
very
clothes.
Scary than most horror movies.
yeah.
Oh my god, it's Madame Kruig.
Oh, God.
That was a terrible joke, and I don't apologise for it. Right, so runners, so top 5, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Uh-huh.
Batman Begins.
I've never seen that one.
Have you not?
I've seen
I've seen The Dark Knight. It
I've
is a
seen The
good
Dark
film, I think
Knight.
it drags a bit.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen
it's-
Dark Knight Rises either. Dark Knight was brilliant, really, really good. I just haven't seen
Dark Knight is quite definitely the pinnacle of that trilogy.
Yes, yeah.
So it's Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises is easily the worst of the trilogy.
Oh, that's a shame.
But Batman Begins is as a story that has been retold so many times. It's the one I enjoy the most. You know, because it's like it's in the modern era in terms of Batman storytelling. You've got Batman versus Superman, you've got Batman Begins, and you've got Batman from 1989. The Burton one is fantastic.
Nostalgic for the. I've got too much nostalgia for the Burton one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, like, but in terms of a more modern Batman
I know what you mean.
mythos,
It was definitely
really good.
It's definitely a Batman of that time, isn't it?
Yeah, very much
100%.
so.
Yeah.
Because it makes it a lot more. I dare say it makes it gritty and realistic.
Oh
you
no.
know? Which I think is what kind of comic books needed at this point. Because what else came out this year? Fantastic Four. Like, you got the two ends of the spectrum here. Like, one is incredibly campy and just sort of not well received, and then you got on the other end, you got the dark, gritty, brutal, realistic reboot, which did fantastically well.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of what comic books needed.
I think this podcast
To give it a boot back.
so people can have different tastes in comic.
Yes, that's definitely true.
I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying that is what
it's. I think it is
public
just about
wanted.
taste, though. Like, I prefer comic book movies with a bit of comedy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think the point Rich is making though is that if you'd brought out a film like old Batman, at that time it wouldn't have done very well because it's not what people were after. That's why it was like the Batman of the time.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it did spawn a lot of gritty reimaginings that would just end up being crap films, missing the point that the reason Batman Begins did so well was because it was also a good film. So I've heard.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't knocking it of being a good film.
I will say though, it is probably one of my favorite Batmen. Christian Bale is an excellent Batman. Because whenever anybody says Batman, I think of two Batmans. I think of either the Chris Nolan Batman or the Lego Batman. It's not really anywhere in between.
Lego Batman was a surprise.
My favorite Batman's probably Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, but I never really watched that, so I can't
name.
I know it's excellent. Like
they even
and
brought
like
the
Batman
actor
Beyond's
from
brilliant
that
as well.
into this like DC crossover thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
As like a dark alternative universe version of Batman.
Ooh.
Batman.
Quite interesting.
What number were we on your list?
I got 3 more.
Oh, right.
Remember the dude's name.
Yeah. And I've settled on this order, but I'm
Kevin Conroy. He's my favorite.
Oh yeah, that voice. Oh, that voice is iconic. That voice is Batman. The same way that Mark Hamill is the Joker.
The Joker,
you know?
yes. Favorite
I don't care. Yeah, because there have been some other Jokers. You know, Cesar Romero and Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
And I think they tried something a while ago, but I think they cancelled it. I can't quite remember. Something about him being damaged, or like the footage being damaged. I don't know. But no, Mark Hamill will always be the Joker. And he actually appeared as the Joker in the flesh in an episode of the Birds of Prey TV series.
Oh.
Yeah, in like a flashback. That's the only time Mark Hamill ever actually physically appeared as the Joker.
But but you don't really see much of him. He's like covered in shadows and stuff.
Oh yeah, but it was still Mark Hamill. Therefore,
I do remember this actually. No, it was just
Yeah.
I didn't remember when you first said it. But as soon as you started explaining it, it came back to me.
yeah. Mark Hamill is the Joker. Anyway, so my number 3.
I'd take Mark Hamill over Dark Knight guy.
Oh, Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Without
2 very, very different interpretations of the same character.
I know, but the one I'd take.
Yeah,
I've only
that's
seen
fair.
one, so I can only I can't comment.
Right, so my top 3 for this year are somewhat interchangeable in the order that they go in. Well, yeah, I can't really decide, but I've put them in this order. So number 3 is Serenity.
Oh, I didn't see that on there.
Yep.
All right, not that one. Down. Not that on number 5 and put that pacifier out.
The Firefly film.
It's quite weird. This is the first time I remember crying at a movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before I actually saw Firefly.
Oh. Yeah, I saw the series beforehand.
Well, like, I think I saw this, and I remember you trying to get me into Firefly in secondary.
Yeah.
I never quite got round to it. And then around college, I actually sat down and watched it and was like, okay.
Yeah. It's like,
fair enough, this is the shit.
As far as I'm concerned, there are no bad episodes of Firefly. There are ones that are at the bottom of the watch list, but they're all excellent episodes.
I think the one I find quite boring is the one where they have the hoedown. The only good part is right at the end where he turns the fight round.
The hoedown?
Is it where they're at a dance or something?
Oh, Safe.
And he gets challenged by a posh guy, and they have a duel at the
Shindig?
end.
Oh, are you kidding me? That's one of the best.
I found it a bit to start with.
Shindig is fantastic. It's episode 3, mate. It's brilliant. I love Shindig. It's fantastic. Yeah. The one I talk about is Safe, where River and Simon get captured and they have to help out the people with the medicine and things like that. That's like my least enjoyable.
Okay.
It's like
no. Okay,
it's not a bad episode by any stretch of the imagination, but it is like number 13 on my list of if I had to order them. You know, Out of Gas and War Stories are definitely up there, and Ariel. That basically disc 3 of the series is like my favorite. Out of Gas, War Stories, Ariel, and what the fuck is the other episode? I don't know. It's those. Yeah, basically, watch Firefly. All right, it's really fucking good. It didn't have time to get bad, you know.
Yeah,
which is both a blessing and a curse. Anyway, so number 2 is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Ooh.
And say it with me, boys. Number 1 is
Revenge of the Sith. Okay.
Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Oh, yeah, it's good. Like, I dare say best of the prequels.
I would disagree. I'd say episode 1. It's
okay. At least we can unanimously agree that episode 2 is the worst.
Yeah.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, episode 1 has got a lot of good points, but there are certain points in Revenge of the Sith where it is stunningly beautiful and the score just it's so good. Molto bene. Like the opening 20 minutes where the Anakin and Obi-Wan fly onto the invisible hand, they fight Palpatine, they have to escape from that and crash land. That sequence is quite possibly the most Star Warsy the prequels ever got.
It's such a good opening. When watching that in the cinema as well was just the best thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the little role that they do, like right at the beginning, did more for character building than anything else in any of the other films. It's just like the fact that they roll in unison, stay in formation, and come back out, and then head down. It's like that is visual storytelling right there. That's just, you get a bond between them through the Clone Wars, and you know that they've fought together, they know each other, and they're tuned together. It's like that is just so good.
I've honestly never thought that. I just thought it was just it was just a bit of visual. It looked nice.
Like, this is the sort of stuff that I picked up on. That I've picked up on since because I've done my degree in film. Like, you pick up on these tiny little details.
I don't know. It's kind of like when your English teacher asks you, "What did the old man mean by this when he said he wanted to go and catch a fish?" And you're like, "He wanted to catch a fucking fish."
Yeah, admittedly, you could also see it like that, but
that's why I never got a good mark in English.
There's nothing like flying in formation is not an easy thing to do, regardless if you're a Jedi or not. So, like, the fact that they both did it at the same time and sort of like in unison just sort of like builds friendship. They know each other. They know how each other fly. They know how each other act, and it's just a nice bit of combination between them. And also, like, you've got General friggin' Grievous.
General Kenobi.
Hello there. And the memes. Oh, the memes.
There are so many memes. I think side note, Invisible Hand is what I'm calling my flagship when I'm a Star Commander.
Yeah, General Grievous' flagship, the Invisible Hand.
Yeah. Or my name isn't Christian A. Dainton, space adventurer.
What's the A stand for?
It's my middle name. A. Just A.
No other letters. Just the letter A.
It's spelled A-Y. A-Y-Y. My maiden name is Lamau. Anyway. No, I think episode... I definitely agree that episode 3 is the most epic of the prequels, and it's got all the best moments in it. I think episode 1 is just a bit better.
I get what you mean. Like, episode 1 is more of an enclosed story, and it sort of flows a bit better.
Yeah,
because it is very much set piece. The main problem with episode 3 is that there isn't, like, after that opening 20-minute sequence, there isn't really a time to breathe.
All right, yeah.
It just sort of happens. Everything goes on and on. Also, I just want to point out, recently the Clone Wars finished, like the TV series.
Yeah.
And the finale, like the last couple of episodes, took place up to and including episode 3.
Okay.
So, like, there's a point in the film where Mace Windu and I think it's Ki-Adi-Mundi are talking with Obi-Wan, like over comlink or something like that. And that scene ends, but it carries on in Clone Wars where Ahsoka walks in with Maul as a prisoner, and it's just like that, so beautifully done. Like, Dave Filoni, just genius. Like, we were saying earlier about how Nicholas Briggs should take over from Doctor Who. Dave Filoni should take over fucking Lucasfilm. No, because that man knows how to write Star Wars.
They've given him. I'm sure this was the news from a few months ago that he was being given more creative control.
Yeah, but sure. I mean, like, he needs to be in charge of it all. Like, because like his track record is phenomenal. Like Avatar: Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, Rebels, Clone Wars, Mandalorian. Jesus, this man is a god. He just gets it, you know?
As a Sid and Note, and then we'll move on because I think Ozzy's gone to sleep. You know the Rebel blockade runner from the start of episode 4?
The Tantive 4, the Corellian CR-90 Corvette, yes?
It's actually the Tantive 4.
Shut up.
Seriously. So it's... I saw... what's his face? You know, is it Pablo Hidalgo? The guy who's like the lore master at Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Where he pointed this out on like an interview or something. It's basically because it's never named in the episode itself.
No, it's never actually said. No.
It got its name from someone who did like an officially licensed radio adaptation of the film.
Oh, okay.
And he added in the name into the script, and he took it from an old English word which means like galloping. Tantive.
Oh.
But that's spelt with a Y. For some bizarre reason, he decided to spell it with an E, but still pronounce it the same.
Tantive.
Yeah.
I'm still going to call it Tantive.
Yeah, so you could also go with the kind of the Star Wars canon way of pronouncing things, which is when people asked George Lucas originally, how do I pronounce this? How do I pronounce that? He said, pronounce it however you want. Everyone's got different accents.
I like that.
Which is just a perfect way to get rid of all that like anality about how it's said. But I just thought the Tantive thing was an interesting. I'm still calling it Tantive.
Also,
Jesus.
Yeah. Two fun facts. One, it was the same ship that took place that was in
Rogue One,
Rise of Skywalker. The CR-90 Corvette that's in Rise of Skywalker is still the Tantive 4.
I can't remember which part that's in.
It literally takes place in the final battle. It's like their flagship.
Ah, the final battle. All right,
yeah. Also, originally
that film obviously fucking
model,
sunk in, didn't it?
Yeah. Originally, that model was originally made as the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. You saw Ralph McQuarrie's concept art for the Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They built the model, like beautifully detailed thing, and then they found out that it looked suspiciously similar to the ships from Space 1999, I think it is. Or something like that. So they couldn't use it, so just like, well, back to the drawing board. But then when it came time to design the blockade runner, it was like, ooh, we've got a model just for this. It's a beautiful ship. I've got the X-Wing miniatures of it. I'm looking at it right now. It's an absolutely gorgeous ship.
Yeah, I always wanted a Lego version of it.
Oh, the Lego one. So 179 from John Lewis.
It's on my wish list.
Yeah. Oh, maybe you haven't got it actually.
Yeah.
Back orders will be accepted. Shipped by 7th of August 2020. Oh, it's a new version of it. Oh, no, you don't want that. You want the UCS version.
Nah, see...
Do you want the minifig scale one or the UCS one?
This is one of the reasons I don't have it, is because, you got to go UCS, generally, but the UCS one is a lot older, and so the...
Oh, yeah, it's like all the stuff isn't actually
Yeah,
good.
the new one kind of looks a bit better, and that's why I've just kind of left it.
Yeah, that's fair. However, I will say that the X-Wing miniatures one is probably just as detailed as the actual prop.
Oh, shit.
Genuinely beautiful ship.
Just the sound.
I've picked up and looking at it now, and it's just can't wait to actually use this in a game of Epic, because it's like to scale with all the other ships. Like I can have like my X-wings like fly alongside it, and it'd be to scale. It's beautiful.
Oh.
Anyway,
I'll look into that.
Yeah.
So,
it's your list now.
Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. So I'll do mine. Honourable mentions. They've both been mentioned already. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and The Robots.
Yes.
Then the top 5. Number 5, the Producers, which is the
remake.
It's the film adaptation of the stage adaptation of the film.
Wasn't well received, if I recall.
No, it wasn't well received at all. It's it definitely works better on stage.
Yeah. Or even the original film with Zero Mostel.
Well, yeah.
And Gene Wilder.
The stage play's so good though. I went to see it on Broadway, no less.
I don't ever actually remember it being a stage play.
'Twas. With the guy Matthew Broderick was the man, the person. Same as in the film, in fact.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I really love it. Every now and then I go back and watch Springtime for Hitler from the stage play, which someone recorded and put on YouTube. It's just fucking brilliant. Anyway, number 4, War of the Worlds, the 2005 one. I like the book.
Okay, I never got on with that.
Do you know what? This film is actually, surprisingly, one of the most faithful adaptations of War of the Worlds. Despite being set in a different time period in a different continent with a different plot.
my mum really likes the audio adapt. The audio.
Is that the Jeff Wayne one?
I don't know.
The one that goes... The
CD.
chances of anything coming from Mars are a million to one, he said. I've got a metal version of that as well. That's fucking amazing. Yes. That's probably the most faithful. But yeah, in this one, the design of the tripods is exactly identical to how it's described in the book. And the story goes to the same major plot points of, like, the guy hiding underground thinking he's going to fight back and everything. I just wish, though, one day someone... And I got excited for the TV series that the BBC did recently because it was set in the right time period and everything. But they never want to just do the story that's in the book. It really frustrates me. They've always got to add things and change things and make it different. I think, can we just not have the story? It's a good story. I just want to see it on the telly. Anyway... That's that rant. Number 3, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Number 2, number 4, Goblet of Fire. I hope you're all keeping track of these sums. There'll be a quiz at the end. And number one, number one's number 4, I guess. Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Ah, nice.
I do like an hard man, and this is
So do I.
and this was
Different type, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, I love the Wallaces and Gromits, the shorts, and this was basically that, but feature length. It's absolutely brilliant. Love it. Loving it like this. Loving it. I'm loving it like that. So we have
a wide variety of things, isn't it?
Curse of the Were-Rabbit. We've got let me fucking highlight Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Revenge of the Sith, and Rent.
Hello there.
Hello there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick in Goblet of Fire as a cheeky little 5th option. And my buzzer's going. Give me a second. Sorry, I ordered a takeaway and they were quicker than they said they were going to be. I thought we'd be finished. I got it like 20 minutes ago or something. Right, what are we talking about? The conversation's moved on. You snooze, you lose.
Yeah. Just want to say I did enjoy your Minecraft video you put out the other day of the one we did back in 2018.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm on to the next one now.
I genuinely forgot we did that, and then I saw the 2 islands and said, oh, it's New Zealand. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it until we sort of got halfway through it, and then I started to remember it.
Yeah. The great thing is I didn't remember any of the jokes.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
See, that's why I left it almost 2 years. That's definitely the reason.
That was the plan. That was the plan all along.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So the next
not
one...
just fresh for the audience, but fresh for the makers.
Exactly. Thank the maker. The next one I'm editing now, I've just started, is it's the same islands, but the first one was September 2018. This one's now 16th of February 2019. So I mean that was like what was that, 5-month gap?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I still have that world. Did I have that world, or did you have that world?
I hosted it.
Yeah, because we were running through your router.
Yeah.
That was back before we could actually do online stuff. We all had to carry our computers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fucking hell! I forgot how heavy Beast was until
yes,
lifted it up to Frankenstein. And on doing so, I was like, "How the fuck did I carry this on my back from Braintree to Lawrence Weston?"
Ozzy, maybe you just switched it on and had one of the fans going, and it helped you along like a helicopter.
I was going to say, I called
skateboard.
them Beast for a reason. You know,
what is it that makes it so heavy? Is it the fans?
Big mate, I don't know.
I guess it's just all the metal in it, because it's got all these little cages, isn't
heavy
it?
Metal.
Yeah.
Proper heavy metal malarkey.
It's cool though. I like Beast.
I don't like it. Yeah. I was saying this to Ozzy as we were like butchering it, because you said you like it and you want the case back, and I was taking it apart like, oh, I don't like the cable management in this. I don't like where the drives are. I don't know where the fans are. Why does he want this back?
To be fair, I did nothing of that. I got it from my housemate's second year of uni, so blame him.
It's just
it
not
wouldn't
what I
work
want.
for some reason for him. It just turned on and it would overheat and turn off. I cleaned it out and it worked absolutely fine.
Well, anyway, I think we will have ended the podcast at some point. I don't know when.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just trolled. It's trolled.
If you cut that bit out, I don't mind. That does mean I have to do editing.
When it I mean, you're talking to the guy who's just edited a 2.5-hour video down to 10 minutes. I mean,
I know, but that's the running joke. The running joke is you don't edit things.
I'm not going to rise to it.
And by saying that, you just
yeah, generally, when the conversation kind of fizzles out, it's best to just find a point to end on. If the outro comes naturally, then you use it in it. In it is, isn't it though? It is, isn't it? For sure.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
There's nothing stopping us from like doing an outro now and just tacking that on the end.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
Why is it too late?
Because it hasn't flowed into it naturally. The same reason sometimes we don't do an intro. If it does, there's no point. There's no point forcing it if it doesn't fit.
True.
I mean, some people like it like that.